Hey travelers, I've been getting so many comments asking for advice on applying for jobs and not receiving any responses. Many of you have shared that you've been sending out hundreds of applications only to maybe get an interview or two and then face rejection, or even worse, ghosting. Today we're going to be talking about the top reasons why finding a job seems impossible right now, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Make sure you stay until the very end because I'm not only sharing actionable tips you can apply immediately after the video, but I'm also going to be highlighting some industries that are actively looking for people and hiring right now. All right, travelers, let's get started. Why does it seem impossible to get a job? One of the first reasons it seems so hard to get a job is that the job market has swung back in favor of the employers, which means everyone looking for a job has less bargaining power. This can feel hopeless because in the last few years, job seekers and employees have had the power. A few years ago, the job market looked very different. In 2020, when the pandemic hit, everything shut down, leaving millions of people unemployed. When people had more time on their hands, people started reevaluating their lives, what actually mattered to them in life, and in turn, their jobs. This led to the Great Resignation, where lots of people quit their jobs in search of something better pay, better benefits, or more flexibility. Suddenly, employees had the upper hand, and businesses had to scramble to fill positions. In 2022, we saw another shift. This time, it was the rise of quiet quitting. Workers weren't quitting their jobs, but they were doing the bare minimum. After the burnout of the pandemic, people realized they didn't want to sacrifice their work-life balance for jobs that didn't appreciate them. Companies now had a new challenge, keeping employees engaged without the same level of enthusiasm or motivation. But now things have shifted again. The job market has swung back in favor of the employers. After the chaos of the pandemic, companies have become more cautious. Hiring processes are taking longer, averaging about 43 days to fill a position, and competition has ramped up. Job seekers have less bargaining power than they did a couple years ago. Job seekers may be comparing how easy it was to get a job a few years ago, feeling discouraged, not realizing that we're just in a different playing field, and you have to adjust. Another reason why it seems impossible to score a job is because of economic uncertainty. With inflation on the rise, geopolitical tensions, and the unpredictability of interest rates, businesses are playing it safe and holding back on expanding their workforce. These conditions make companies cautious about bringing on new employees, fearing economic uncertainty and the potential for slower growth. In industries that were once thriving, like tech, for example, we're seeing some big shifts. Tech companies grew rapidly and brought on a lot of people during the pandemic. Now we can see the market correcting itself, slowing down with layoffs and reduced hiring. Many of these once fast-growing companies are scaling back, trying to get through the uncertainty. For job seekers in these fields, that means fewer opportunities and more competition for positions that are left. On top of that, companies are cutting costs and becoming more focused on efficiency. Instead of expanding their teams, many companies are turning towards outsourcing to other countries, automation, or relying on the staff that they already have. This makes the hiring process slower and more selective. In turn, this means longer waits, multiple interview rounds, and unfortunately, more rejections. It feels like a frustrating cycle where even if you meet the qualifications, the chances actually of landing a job seem slimmer. Another reason why it may seem impossible to land a job is because of high competition, the rise of globalization, and remote work. Today, you're not just competing with people in your city or even in your own country. You're up against a global pool of talent. With remote work breaking down geographical barriers, companies can now hire the best candidates from anywhere in the world, making it easier for them to find the perfect fit no matter where they're located. This means that job seekers have to work extra hard to stand out. Even if you meet all the qualifications, the sheer number of applications a company gets can make it tough to get noticed. While globalization opens up more opportunities to apply for jobs from anywhere, it also means you're facing highly skilled candidates from different countries and backgrounds. It's not enough anymore to just have the right skills. You have to find creative ways to show what makes you unique and convince your employers why you're the best fit, even in such a competitive, diverse market. Another huge reason why it's so tough to get a job right now is because of all the changes in technology. Sure, AI and automation are making things more efficient, but they're also replacing a lot of tasks that used to be done by humans. For job seekers, that means many companies are using systems like applicant tracking systems, ATS, to filter through applications before a recruiter or hiring manager even sees them. These systems can scan resumes for specific keywords, formatting, and relevant experience, making it harder for generic applications to stand out. If your resume doesn't match the right criteria, it could get tossed aside automatically without anyone even looking at it. The trick is to really tailor your resume to each job you're applying for, making sure you use the right keywords and phrases that match the job description. Clear formatting matters too. Keeping it simple with clear headings, concise bullets, and easy to read layout helps your resume get past those digital filters. If you don't optimize your application for these systems, you risk getting missed before a real person even gets a chance to even look at your resume. It's a lot to think about, but once you understand how ATS works and adjust your resume accordingly, you'll have a much better shot at getting noticed in today's tech-driven job market. Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to do a video on how to format your resume for applicant tracking systems. One of the most frustrating things about job hunting these days is dealing with fake job listings, or what we call ghost posts. You'll come across ads seeming to promise plenty of opportunities, but more often than not, these jobs don't either exist or the company isn't actually hiring. Sometimes companies will post ads just to make themselves look like they're growing or to collect resumes for the future. It's really disappointing to spend time making a perfectly tailored application only to hear crickets. To avoid falling into these traps, first start by paying attention to how long the job has been posted. If you come across a listing that's been up for months, chances are it's a ghost post and the company has no real intention of filling out anytime soon. You should be cautious of job ads that seem to pop up repeatedly over long periods of time. This could mean that the job isn't real or that the company is struggling to find the right fit. In this case, I would reach directly out to the hiring managers. Another red flag is the history of the position. Sometimes companies will repost jobs they had in the past, but let it go during difficult economic times simply to build a pool of candidates just in case they decide to rehire. This isn't ideal if you're looking for something immediate. And make sure to pay attention to the wording of the job. If the job feels super general, like it's missing specific details about who you'll be working with or what you'll actually be doing, that's another sign that the listing might not be legit. To protect your time and energy, stick to reputable job boards and company websites that you know have a good solid track record. Before you apply, take a moment to do a quick check. Look into the company's online presence, read reviews, and make sure there are actual recent job openings. Your time is valuable, so focus on opportunities that are genuine rather than wasting it on ads that lead nowhere, and you'll just be frustrated. Another reason why it feels impossible to find a job is because employers are becoming more picky. Like I mentioned before, the ball is in their court. These days, employers are raising the bar when it comes to job qualifications and interview processes. It can feel like they're looking for more than just someone who meets the basic requirements. They want candidates who can bring something extra to the table, whether it's specialized skills, adaptability, or problem-solving skills. In fact, they don't just want someone who has more than the basic requirements. They want to find a unicorn. The good news, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's an opportunity to showcase what makes you the right fit for the role. Every interview you go through, even if the challenging ones, is a chance to prove your dedication and resilience. Instead of seeing it as another hurdle, think of it as a moment to shine. Showing up prepared, answering tough questions thoughtfully, and handling multiple rounds of interviews with confidence tells employers that you're serious about the job and willing to put in the effort to succeed. It's your chance to highlight your strengths and show them that you have what it takes to excel, even in high-pressure situations. So with all of these challenges making it feel nearly impossible to land a job quickly, what steps can you actually take to speed up the process and get hired sooner? One of the first things you can do is master the Boolean search. Mastering Boolean search can be a game changer when it comes to job hunting. You know those ghost jobs that we talked about earlier? Those jobs that seem like they've been sitting on job boards forever with no real intention of ever being filled. Well, using Boolean search can help you avoid wasting your time on those, and it gives you a better shot at being one of the first people to apply for the real openings. The key is to be among one of the early applicants to apply. When you apply quickly, your name moves to the top of the list, and you have a much better chance of making it to the interview stage. So how do you do this? Start by using Boolean search. For example, if you're looking for project management jobs, jump onto LinkedIn and type in project management in quotes and hiring. You can also narrow your search by filtering the most recent postings, like within the past 24 hours. This helps you spot new opportunities quickly. Once you find a job you like, don't just stop at the job description. Reach out directly to the person who posted it, send them a tailored resume and cover letter, and if you can, request a quick call to introduce yourself. Taking this proactive approach increases your chances of catching the recruiter or hiring manager's eye early on, boosting your chances of landing an interview. Another way to stand out in your job search is to think like a consultant. Instead of just applying to jobs blindly, take a more strategic approach. Start by identifying companies that you're interested in. Companies that recently posted jobs that align with your skills and experience. Once you've found a relevant and timely job listing, don't stop at simply just applying. Go a step further by doing research on some of the company's current challenges. What are they facing right now that could impact their operations or future growth? Then create a tailored proposal that offers solutions to those challenges. This could be anything from streamlining a process to improving a project or addressing a specific pain point within the team. Once you've created a proposal, reach out to the hiring managers or relevant department heads on LinkedIn. Send them your personalized proposal via email or LinkedIn and ask if you could schedule a quick meeting to discuss your ideas. Taking this proactive approach can really help you stand out from other candidates who are simply just putting in standard resumes or applications. It demonstrates that you are a solution-oriented, proactive, and genuinely invested in helping the company succeed, qualities that employers really value. The best time to apply this method is right after the job posting has gone up. But even if you're interested in a company and they haven't advertised a specific job yet, it doesn't hurt to reach out and introduce yourself to the hiring manager. This kind of initiative can help you get on their radar, and you never know where it might lead. It can open doors to opportunities you wouldn't have otherwise considered. Another approach to landing a job quickly is to lower your expectations just a bit. When you're in a hurry to find work, you may not always land the exact job you want or feel perfectly qualified for. In some cases, you just need to take what's available to just help you get by. Temporary or contract roles can provide immediate income and valuable experience while you continue to search for your ideal position. Consider exploring industries with active hiring needs, such as logistics or healthcare. In some cases, taking a temporary or side job like waiting tables or similar work can help you maintain momentum. Stay flexible and remember, this is just a step forward and not your final destination. Earning even just a small income can alleviate some of the financial pressure and provide you with the breathing room needed for you to focus on finding your ideal job. One of the simplest and yet most effective ways to improve your chances of landing a job is to customize your application, especially your resume and cover letter. Instead of using a one-size-fits-all approach, take the time to really tailor your cover letter and resume to each specific job you're applying for. I know it can be a pain, but hiring managers in the applicant tracking systems, ATS, are looking for candidates who not only meet the qualifications, but who align with the job description. Start by carefully reading the job posting. Pay attention to the skills, responsibilities, and qualifications the employer is asking for. Next, take a moment to reflect on your own experiences and achievements that match those requirements. Your resume should highlight your relevant skills, key accomplishments, and experiences in a way that directly relates to what the job is asking for. Using specific keywords from the job description will also help you get past the ATS filters, making sure your application actually reaches a human recruiter or hiring manager. Your cover letter is another crucial piece of the puzzle. This is your chance to expand on your resume and show your enthusiasm for the role. Briefly explain why you're excited about the position and how your background makes you a great fit. Again, using keywords and phrases from the job posting to demonstrate that you've taken the time to understand what the company is looking for. By customizing your applications, you'll immediately stand out in a sea of generic resumes. It shows hiring managers that you've done your homework and you're genuinely interested in the role, not just applying to anything and everything that pops up. Taking the extra time to personalize your applications could make all the difference in getting noticed. One of the most effective ways to land a job quickly is to leverage your network. As the saying goes, it's not what you know, but who you know. Many opportunities arise through connections rather than formal job postings. Start by letting your family, friends, and acquaintances know that you're searching for a job. Don't be shy. Post it on social media or professional platforms like LinkedIn. You'd be surprised how often leads come from casual conversations or someone thinking, oh, I know someone hiring for that and you'd be perfect for the role. Take it a step further by directly reaching out to recruiters, hiring managers, and professionals in your desired industry or company. A quick polite message on LinkedIn can go a long way. Introduce yourself, mention your interest in their company or field, and ask if they'd be open to sharing any insights or advice. Even if they don't have a job for you right away, they might know someone who does, or keep you in mind for future opportunities. Don't underestimate the power of attending networking events, webinars, or joining online forums in your industry. These gatherings are gold mines for meeting people who might know of unadvertised roles or upcoming openings. Many jobs are part of the so-called hidden job market, roles that aren't posted publicly and filled through referrals and recommendations. By actively engaging with industry professionals, you position yourself to tap into these hidden opportunities. Networking isn't just about asking for favors, it's about building genuine connections. Be sure to offer value where you can, whether it's sharing insights, introducing someone to your own contacts, or simply showing appreciation for their time. People are more likely to help when they feel a real connection. So leverage your network wisely. It can open up doors that you didn't even know that were there. Keep learning and growing if you want to stand out in today's competitive market. One of the best things you can do is learning and adding new skills. The world is changing super fast. New tools, technologies, and trends are popping up all the time, so staying relevant means being willing to adapt and grow. Employers notice when candidates show they're committed to personal and professional development. It sends a strong message saying, I'm ready to tackle whatever challenges come my way. A great way to do this is by enrolling in online courses or earning certifications in your field. Whether it's mastering Excel, diving into digital marketing, or learning the basics of coding, these small steps can make a big difference on your resume. Certifications can also give you the competitive edge, showing employers that you're serious about your career. But upskilling isn't just about technical skills. Don't forget to brush up on those soft skills like communication, leadership, and problem solving. These are often as important, if not more so, than the technical expertise in many of these roles. Staying informed about trends in your industry is another way to stay ahead. Read blogs, listen to podcasts, or follow industry leaders on platforms like LinkedIn. Being in the know makes you more confident in interviews and helps you speak the same language as the hiring managers. Beyond boosting your resume, learning additional skills has another perk. It builds your confidence. When you know you've put in the work to grow and improve, you'll feel more prepared and capable when applying for jobs. Plus, learning something new can be genuinely exciting. It reminds you that you're capable of evolving and thriving no matter what the job market looks like. If you want to land a job quickly, building your personal brand online is a game changer. These days, employers aren't just looking at your resume. They're Googling you, checking your LinkedIn, and maybe even picking at other social media accounts. A strong online presence can make you stand out in a crowded job market and show hiring managers that you're not just another applicant, you're a professional worth hiring. Start by updating your LinkedIn profile. This isn't just an online resume, it's a chance to showcase who you are and what you bring to the table. Make sure your headline reflects the role you're targeting, your photo is professional, and your About section highlights your skills, experience, and what makes you unique. Don't forget to list your accomplishments and include keywords from your industry. This makes it easier for recruiters to find you in their searches. Next, start by sharing and engaging with industry-relevant content. Post articles, share your insights or trends, or comment thoughtfully on posts from others in your field. This positions you as someone who not only is knowledgeable, but also actively involved in your industry. Plus, it keeps you on people's radar. Visibility is key when job hunting. And while you're at it, take a moment to clean up your social media accounts. You don't need to be perfect, but make sure your profiles don't contain anything that might give employers a pause. Adjust privacy settings on personal posts and highlight content that reflects your professionalism and personality. Think of your online presence as your personal brand storefront. When employers or recruiters walk by, you want them to see someone who is polished, credible, and worth connecting with. Building this brand takes a little effort, but it can open up doors to opportunities that you didn't even know were there. If you're finding it tough to land a job, another effective thing you can do is dig into your job search process and pinpoint where things might be going off track. Take a moment to step back and reflect on what you've been doing so far. Are you applying to the right jobs? Is your resume getting lost in the shuffle? Are you hearing back from recruiters, or are you not even getting to that stage? Sometimes just asking for feedback can be a game changer. Reach out to friends, former colleagues, or even mentors who have been through a similar process. Ask them to take a look at your resume, cover letters, or your approach to networking. You might be surprised to discover simple adjustments could make a huge difference. Whether that's fine-tuning your resume to highlight your strengths better, changing up how you craft your LinkedIn profile, or adjusting your outreach strategy to be more tailored and personal. Every time you identify a gap, make a small tweak, you're moving closer to success. It's all about refining your strategy, learning from each experience, and staying open to evolving your approach. With each adjustment, you'll gain a clear picture of what works and what doesn't until you find the right formula that helps you land that job. One last thing I want to say in terms of what to do if you need to find a job quickly is that if you're feeling discouraged, remember that your worth isn't defined by your career or the number of interviews you land. It's easy to pin your self-esteem to professional achievements, but true fulfillment comes to recognizing your inherent value as a person. Take a moment to reflect on your unique qualities, your creativity, resilience, or kindness that makes you who you are, regardless of your job status. Shifting your perspective can make the process feel less overwhelming and help you approach opportunities with greater calm and confidence. Focus on living a balanced life by nurturing relationships, hobbies, and passions alongside your job search. And if you need to take a break, take a break. Remember, every step you take is part of the journey. And when the right role comes along, you'll be ready, not because it defines you, but because it complements the person you already are. Finally, who's hiring? Let's talk about who is hiring right now and why some industries are struggling to find workers despite having tons of open positions. First, manufacturing and construction. These industries are booming, but they're facing a massive skills gap. Manufacturing, for example, isn't the old school assembly line work many people think of. It's gone high-tech with advanced machinery and specialized training required for most roles. Unfortunately, outdated perceptions about the field have kept younger workers away, leaving hundreds of thousands of jobs unfulfilled. And with baby boomers retiring in droves, that number could hit 2 million by 2030 if more people don't step in. Construction is in a similar spot, especially with all of the federal investments pouring in from initiatives like the CHIPS Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, and infrastructure projects. These programs are creating a huge demand for workers. An estimated 500,000 additional workers are needed this year alone. To attract talent, the industry is teaming up with community colleges and high schools to promote trade careers and offer more training opportunities. Other industries like food service and hospitality are also hiring rapidly, but they face a different challenge: retention. Lower wages and the need for fully in-person work make it hard to keep employees in the long term. Meanwhile, higher paying sectors like finance and professional services are still struggling with labor shortages, even though they offer better pay and flexible work options. The takeaway: if you're looking for work, there are plenty of opportunities out there, especially if you're open to learning new skills or exploring industries like manufacturing or construction. Companies are eager to train and invest workers who are ready to step up and grow with them. Alright travelers, I hope this video has helped you feel less alone and giving you some options in your job search. If this video was helpful, let me know in the comment section below and let me know future ideas that you would like to see right here on Hamish Traveler. For more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and check out the playlist here. Also, share this video with 2 or 3 of your friends, anyone who is looking or having a hard time in this job market right now. Travelers, as always, it's been a pleasure. And until next time, let's travel with our dreams together. See you later. Bye-bye.